you know, if you're leading with hate, if you're acting out of hate, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going
It's
to
gonna
get you.
come back around to bite you.
It's gonna come back around and bite you. And I ask this respectfully, man. Like, have you acted with hate in your life?
Every time I try, every time that I constantly try, even when I was in penitentiary, I wake up and I used to say, okay, I got to do this here. So what are my reasons for doing it? Cause I used to ask God sometimes. I said, okay, if I'm doing it just for myself, then that don't check the boxes. Why? Well, you doing this here because if this dude keep moving the way it is, you just finna touch him up. But if he keep on the way he going, he's finna end up somebody gonna kill him. So maybe he'll learn something from this. It always had to be that, or else with the way this guy here is going, he's finna cause a race war, or he finna cause a war. And we got homeboys doing their legal work. We got homeboys close to go home. It's gonna be 5 or 6 men lose their life behind his stupidity. So that's got to stop right
Mm,
now. And
mm.
my reason it always try to be, I don't try to go in anger, which I probably have got mad sometime in the process. But my general idea of thinking when I think about it, because when I go to sleep at night, I always replay everything that happened that day in my head, anything that I missed. But when I look at a situation and I feel like I didn't address it right and I feel like I overdid it, I come back and try to make up for it on
Mm.
the slide. And I ain't gonna kiss they behind, but I come back and let them know, yeah, man, I live rough on you. Yeah. Well, what's going on? What you need here? What you need that? So I come back on that, but I always try to make my decision on the fact that is it gonna help him? Is it gonna save his life? Cause the way he going, somebody gonna kill him. We had an incident with one of our homeboys. He got on the door and said Serenio. Serenio, he said some wild stuff about him. They was Serenio finna marry on TV finna marry this black chick and he talked so bad about the black chick and everything going on and he was just disrespectful on the door. And all these dudes, all of them I know, Psycho, Gasolino, all them, every last one of them dudes had. You ain't gonna pretty much get the ADX except like me, but everybody else down there, you done kill two sellers at least, or done kill one cell.
To get what to get to Supermax, you
Yeah,
need
yeah, get
to.
there. Yeah, so you ain't just you don't just get there. Babyface, well, he had to kill three, but these dudes here, all of them had bodies in prison. And these dudes come out and they lined up. They lined up. They ready. Bam, we ain't trying to disrespect. Listen, man. I said, I understand y'all. We got this here and going on. Then we dealt with the dude, but we dealt with him not to death, but to teach him a lesson. And that dude, God be my witness. I seen that dude 2 years later, man. He said, man, I didn't know that was them dudes. And he called out the name. He said, yeah, I've been hearing about them dudes, man. I didn't know that was them when I was saying. He said, man, I thank you, Bam, man. I said, man, I'm trying to go home, man. I ain't got. He said, man, and I said, yeah, man. I said, that's basically the reason why I did that, man. Cause you sitting there, you putting yourself in a situation. Them dudes ain't got nothing to lose, man. And you just saying something that sounds slick on the dough and being disrespectful toward them dudes that they race, and that ain't cool at all, And so sometimes you have to do it for the person on good or for the environment on good. You know what I'm saying? But I try not to, like I said, I try not to let hate be the leading factor. I'm only human though. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remember, I tell you what the preacher dude tell me, say, why you care so much about the guys who out there doing all the shooting? And my question to him, but why don't you care enough about them? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? You're a pastor, man. How can you not have love in your heart? These children, you know what I'm saying? These somebody children and going on. They
That's right.
making they making mistakes and going on. They going on, and unfortunately, some people dying for it. And the best thing we need to do is get to them people and talk to them kids, man, and cause they means and they ain't dummies. We have to show them where it's beneficial to you not to handle this situation this way. You know what I'm saying? Look at what I done lost. I lost 27 years of my life, and I come out here, I'm the dumbest dude in the room now. Everything done changed. That's not a cool way to be. Everywhere I go where the bottom used to be, which bottom is an ideology now in our hearts and all over the world, but still, when I go to places I used to hang out at, it ain't nothing but but grass and weeds. So time don't stand still for you. Don't go in jail and think you're gonna come back out and then time gonna stand still and you're gonna pick up where you left out because it don't exist like that. My record in penitentiary does not show you no model inmate. I fought against things that I thought was wrong. I stood up against things. I got gas and going on. If they put me in a situation that was wrong, I fought and I stood on it. And I come out here and do the same thing. So I wasn't. They ain't done broke me to the point that I'm coming out here and saying what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm saying because it makes sense, and I don't want to see these children instead of be taking lives and well, they're not taking a life, they ain't doing nothing but exchanging a life because this person died and you go to jail the rest of your life. You ain't took nothing. You ain't walking away clean free. When a person is committed to what he doing,
That's right. Unbending.
whether it's murder or what it's this and that, there, he's gonna be good at it. He's gonna put his heart into being good at it. So if you can find something else for him to put his heart into, he gonna be good at that too. Some of these guys who I was around, who were a good friend of mine, and I trust them with my life, got 33 bodies and going on like that. But their mindset now is they don't they if they had it to do over again, they'll do different. And they also want to help the children to make different decisions going on. They can't take back what they did and going on. But yet and still they would change that. And that's the thing about a place like that. I be in there. I done seen dudes come in there and them son going to come in there and they intelligent, super intelligent. And then in 2 years they eating feces off the wall, covering themselves in feces and eating feces off the wall. They eating their food off
Why do you
there.
think that is?
They go crazy because if the brain can't reach outside and connect with something, then it's gonna turn on itself and turn inside.
Did you see? Did it?
I seen it,
Did you
man.
see anything with yourself that way? Did you start to go
What
that
I
way?
used to do, what I used to do is number one, I cut off everybody, do my Bible study. The only person I stayed in contact with was my sister and a friend of mine named Billy, the kid I had helped a long time ago, stuck with me through the whole bid. But I would I had a routine. I get up, watch my cartoon, and I read my Bible, and I cut off the world. It's like being in a glass sarcophagus. You can see the world, but you can't affect it in normal fashion. So it's basically you put yourself through hell because you can see everything going on, but you can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? So by you seeing, that's like the old dude said one time, if you gonna lock me up forever, take my window too, cause I don't want to see what I'm missing.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? That's the same thing with me. I can't, if my daughter called me and say, hey, this happened, here, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna walk around an 8x10 cell and get mad. So there's nothing I do. So I don't need to hear that. I don't need to, cause that ain't do nothing but mess up my bed, and then I'm gonna be done zapped out because now my brain gonna be trying to figure out ways that I could help her. Then I'm gonna start faulting myself because you can lie to a lot of people, but you can't lie to yourself. When you sitting in that cell, everything the situation you said, oh come on, man, I know I should have did that better. Oh, I didn't have to do that way. You go through that with yourself, and you got to forgive yourself for those things. If you don't forgive yourself for those things, it'll eat you up and drive you crazy. So you have to look at the things and say, okay, I was who I was then, but I'm gonna be somebody different now. But I should have did that better, and now I will do that better if I get another opportunity. But you can't lie to yourself and say, well, I did that because he was finna swing at me and going on. Because when you replay it back and everything, you can see, man, that dude wasn't finna swing at you. You was just mad and you did that going on. So you have to, and if you lying to yourself, then your brain gonna start playing game with you. Now you ain't gonna be able to believe nothing. You ain't gonna be able to believe nothing you say. And so you always keep it real with yourself. Hey man, yeah, I shouldn't have did that, but that's behind me now. Forgive myself for it, and let's get on and do this here and make sure I don't do it no more. And like me, when I make mistakes, because I like chocolate, and whenever they have something that I like, if I do something, then I punish myself by not eating it, not eating whatever I like.
So, like what? Like give me an example of that.
Like if they have, I love chocolate, so if they have chocolate cake, and I done cuss, cause as you see, I generally don't use profanity. If I done cussed, and been in the conversation, cause I don't lie. I don't like to argue. I don't like myself to argue. So sometimes we out to wreck. Most of the time inside we had to talk with sign language, but out there we at wreck. We can talk through the fences or over the wall. So if I get in a conversation and get a little heated, come on, cause it take me like 3 days to calm down when I get mad. That's why I don't like to get mad. So I'll come back in, and next good thing they have, I take it out the plate and smash it up and throw it away, cause that's my punishment for lying to myself. So that make me think twice about doing it again. So I try to make it a habit of punishing myself because I know I ain't gonna allow nobody else to do it. So I check myself to keep somebody else from having to do it, and that used to kind of keep me pretty much. It didn't keep me straight. It kept me sane though.
Hey, man. Sean, what you got anything else that you want to talk about, man?
People don't understand like how early, you know what I mean? Like this, as far as Bam, we're talking about 13 years old. You robbed that store, and when he told me that, I'm like, man, I was 13. You know what I mean? What you know what I mean? I was playing with Legos and shit, and I'm like,
No, I was helping mama get some rent money.
so if you know, and I think that's you know, what I mean, just to he was just so advanced. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it. But the story where he actually robbed it was a convenience store, a liquor
Yeah, yeah.
store.
No, it was a regular little corner store, but we I heard the man in there talking about telling the police that the alarm, if the alarm go out more than twice, it's just a rat chewing through there. I was getting my grandmother some green, so I come back up there with a partner and looked it over, and we jiggled the thing, jiggled it 3 times. Police came 2 times, didn't come it in, but it's a big old drop down there, so I had to get a bag, get a pillowcase and tie a string on the pillowcase, and I had to take the pipe, go down the pipe, and then get on the desk where the cash register at, and then you get off there. So I get on the pipe, so I get the screwdriver, get in the cash register, and I grab all the money. But when you pop it open, it's got the money under there and some rings and stuff. I guess the dude was buying rings for people in the neighborhood or where they was pointing or whatever. So I grabbed all that out, and I just went on start throwing everything in the pillowcase. Then start grabbing the most expensive liquor I could and put it in my pillowcase. Then I get out of it and I went home. And I get in my room. My brother come back there. Like, what you got there, boy? Let me see what you got here and going on. So I give him his cut. And then he looked through the ledger. He like, man, where you get this from? I said, I got that on the case. He said, man, you got to take this back. I said, man, I'm not finna go break back in no store and I just already. He said, no, dude. He said, man, listen, this belongs to the mob, man. It's got too many names in it. He said, you better take this back now. He said, I'll go with you. This son going scared. He's scared to death of burglary. He went back with me. And I climbed down. He said, put that gem exactly where you got it from. And I put it back in the cash register where it was. For the
Yeah, that's wild to me.
last 6 months, next 6 months, I was peeping at every car pass by.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's John, Bamm Bamm the dog. First, on behalf of both of us and everybody from the Real Ones team, I just want to sincerely thank you guys for tuning in. The folks that I bring on the show, they're family to me, and being able to tell their stories and bringing you into their world is something I'm just super proud of, and again, grateful that you guys tune in. We've decided we want to take things just a step further. We're going to introduce a Patreon community. And basically what that means is if you become part of this community, look, I already bored Bamm Bamm. If you want to become part of this community, you're going to be able to hear episodes early and all that, ad-free and all that good stuff. But there's all this behind-the-scenes footage, all this stuff that we've shot that really brings you into the folks that we've had on the show, really brings you into their world. You're going to be able to do live chats with me and the folks that I bring on the show to talk about their world, talk about the issues that they're dealing with, about their triumphs and their tragedies. Just go to Patreon/RealOnes on this website that you see right there, right on the screen, that's right in front of you. This whole idea was something about building bridges and bringing people together and bringing folks that often don't get the mic and giving the mic to them. So the fact that you guys tune in means the world. Anyways, again, thank you. Be good to each other out there. Rock and roll.